Greetings, welcome to the StrangeNet. My name is Ojel. I am, have been, and always will be your very own stranger. And today we are continuing to explore West Barthenais. So last time we found another goddamn corpse. I really hope this one is unrelated. I'm guessing it's not, because that's just how things work. And also, I don't know what exactly to do, so... Sing the signs with annoyed. Locate a working firearm that shoots 446. Let's talk to the bitchy bookstore lady. Why not? At least it's other action. I may need to plug the fridge back in. I also need to sort these. In fact, that's something we're gonna do right now. Because, sweet Jesus. I love the super logical for a cop to wear this. Yeah, it doesn't stand out at all. Alright, don't need the disco ass blazer anymore, but... In fact, that can just go in the back because it is almost literally inferior. Oh look, another set of logic ones. Inland Empire. Guess we'll do all the red ones next. Pain threshold precedes physical instrument. Oh god damn it. There we go. I'm guessing we actually want our drama this time.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. The speaker comes.
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Let's try the password. Afterlife death.
I've a fortress accident.
That's all for now.
Tiles on the cube are
And
with
print.
a quiet determination. The printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
And read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Let's read about Capital first.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Ria, with only half of the game finished. 400,000 Ria? Yo. These guys knew how to party.
Gosh, where did they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Who worked there? How long?
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. But on the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, a rate that could only be amended by Pyrrolidon. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists?
Wait, why did a radio game need so many artists?
It didn't.
It didn't need so many concept artists?
No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skip to work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good.
Let's get through the production schedule.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Because of the concept artists?
Not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers, with their panic attacks and 3-hour lunches. It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million real game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't.
Oh, so they were done in by their own ambition.
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Sulisław Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Yeah, how bad could it be? I see. I'm pretty sure the answer is 10 million and not this, but unless you can bring multiple. Keep going. It's like I'm talking to a sweeper. Fuck it, keep going. I'm doing this until the dialogue option changes.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Just let the numbers wash over me.
And that's it.
Oh look, there's an actual series of zeros at the end. Okay, so that's what that's about.
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
This must be the anomaly Sona mentioned in the church log.
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Igaunian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day.
And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air?
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Wasn't there a copy of the game? A backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred.
That sounds like someone taking their ball and going
It
home.
was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Lukanen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch. I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
It's not very convincing, is it?
Her former colleagues would agree with you. She's right, actually. Nothing wrong with keeping this type of filament memory in a fridge.
Is there anything else from this lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Let's read them.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
And there are
Tiles
the
on the cube
printout.
are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Let's remove the
The
schedule.
filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Maybe our lead programmer friend can do something with that. I feel like it would be faster if I just went through the front, but... Hi, Mr. Dumbo. Are you...
The barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
This seems like a terrible idea.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Fuck it, let's go.
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form.
Well, that was to be expected. That shouldn't be in that spot, I think. God damn it. I'm not reordering them again. Looks like Guillaume de la Million, that hair poster. In any case, ma'am?
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The Dark Sarcophagus.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sun shine in.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Nea, and she's a novelty dice maker.
Novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
She said it's just capitalism. Bankruptcy is a quirk in of our economic system.
What? The entire economic system is cursed?
Oh God. What I meant was, I found the source of the doom. Forget about the economy.
Way to fix our entire economic system? Or are you talking about the building?
Yes, I performed the ancient Seminese dispelling rites. This commercial area is doomed no more.
Cool. I trust my Seminese wards and charms kept you safe while you perform the ancient rites. All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course. But still, thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything.
Farewell for now, book battler. Hey, if a placebo helps her to shut the fuck up about it. Well, let's unlock this. You really would think that knowing which card it was would help with the visual calculus here.
You see a set of tire
Oh,
tracks
it actually does.
slash that covers the plaza mosaic.
Sure, but not now. One moment. Visual calculus.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Let's reconstruct it.
The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there.
Okay.
And then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager.
What happened there? What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building.
Mm-hmm.
Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
This is where I started off with my motor carriage.
Yes, and ended up half sunken in the sea. You must have been drunk when you left.
It's significant somehow.
Maybe. Probably.
I think I got it. Right. Now that that's out of my way, I am not confronting these assholes without Kim. I'm just not. Alright. Jerks. Hi.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now. Okay.
I should probably just let them beef until tomorrow.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Have anything with suggestion? Not being there. What's blocking my suggestion then? That is.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Maybe I can convince her to tell me about some cool cryptid.
You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
I want to know everything about cryptids. Living cryptids, extinct cryptids, marine cryptids, land cryptids, bring it on.
Sorry, sweetie. I can't get into that just now. Gart did say he could deliver a telegram for me earlier, and I should really notify our house sitter about our delay.
Bullshit.
Oh, she's making excuses. You're not interested enough to talk cryptids with.
Well, that's unfortunate. The cafeteria window has changed. Why is this check still here? Right, perception time. Hello, Mr. Window.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Well, it's not time yet, but look at it all the same.
Nothing as before, just black branches.
What's this weirdo cop doing now, huh? Window shopping?
I think he's trying to find dirt on us, in our box. It's what they do, Shanks. Did you know policemen are sometimes called pigs?
Wow, no. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, because they like to sniff around in dirt.
He's just trying to sound clever. He has no idea what you're looking for, nor do you yourself.
Alright. I am not interrogating you on your own, on my own. I'm just not.
Can I help you?
Guards, I found a new bird for the world.
What is this thing?
It's no biggie, I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you. Got the 20 real?
No, because that's not what I was trying to...
wasting my time and yours.
Goodbye. Well, that's over with. Any of these checks seem interesting. Not particularly. Let's see if... Well, first of all, let's see if we can learn anything from the pawnbroker. Kinda doubt it, but you never know.
Hello again. How can I help?
I don't want your biddle on.
What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
Okay, I've thought it over and I want to buy the t-shirt.
Welcome to Hyundai, officer.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
Maybe later.
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
And those are the figures. A primer for small kids. How lovely? Question mark?
Wait. Take a longer look at yourself and how you're reflected in that slick chemical rainbow. What do you see? Metaphor. It's always metaphor.
Some kind of metaphor for me?
This is more important than you. That's the blood of industry you see before you. The runoff from Coal City, further down the coast. The engines of fortune once roared here. Great wealth poured into Revachol, the Delta, as did smoke, waste, sickness, life.
What happened?
The engines stopped. The West Revacholian industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now, extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape, a landscape despoiled by industry.
There was a serious dereliction of duty in this cleanup.
Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning it up, but you're a cop. You must concern yourself with different messes. Even so, it's pretty to think.
Beams are splintered. The bridge didn't collapse on its own. Artillery broken. Are you who I think you are? Tiny cages, carefully constructed. Money. Heavy military blockades or little poodle holes. Log smell of ignition. It's almost to get a fire going this near to the ocean. I mean, yeah, because the humidity is ridiculous.
I'm Gary. How do you do, officer?
The fuck?
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates? This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
I am neither of those things. I can assure you. I am by the books, clean as a whistle. I am a by the books, clean as a whistle officer of the law. Not even tempted to touch intoxicants.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revocol.
Why are you saying it like that?
He pronounces Revocol with a hard K, unlike other people.
You said Revocol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way, the old way, the Vespertine way.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Do you know anything about the man hanging behind the whirling in rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange. He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any. Doesn't matter. Waste of time anyway. Gotta keep moving.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
You look like the kind of guy who might have a collection of mugs like this. Home in his colonial mug collection.
How do you mean? Forgive me, officer, but we've only just met.
He's trying to avoid lying to you outright, in case you really have been to his apartment.
You're acting kind of suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the site of a lynching? At the scene of a lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
Nah, Gary, I just want information.
Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do?
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads, against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
That clinking I just heard when you moved.
Really? There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles. The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
Sure, but first let's see if any of this helps with composure. Please do.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
Why is he shifting around like that?
Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Are those prayer beads I keep hearing?
I don't pray, officer. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of weakness. Not for proper Revicolian men such as ourselves.
So Gary, you live nearby, in an apartment in Martinez?
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
I think Have you found your door open lately?
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know?
Mr. Everard Clare thought it necessary to unlock your apartment.
Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment?
No, I did, per his request.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Really? I don't know what it was about. I just opened the door.
Whatever it is, tell him I'm silent as the grave. I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night about some theories. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
Once again, why is he shifting around like that?
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worse underneath it?
Yes.
Or underneath it?
Like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in a yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
Mm-hmm.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
Damn it. Thank you, Sir Drama.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
What? Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
Do you know who killed the hangman?
I always thought it was the Union. But I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
This is all he knows.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
Give me that armor.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
I don't really care about Mr. Clare, actually. Holy shit, we actually got the second piece. Mr. Morel.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officer.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
What do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
You don't seem too happy to see the RCM.
Oh no, it's alright. I'm just busy. What's this about?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage. But it's fixed now. You can go back.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
No, it was all me. I caused your delay and I'm sorry. But you can return now.
Say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long. I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we going.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also used to delicate, precise work.
Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case.
What sorts of specialized techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
How big is this phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Aren't there more sensational animals out there?
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
But if no one can prove it exists, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What makes you think it's here in Martinez?
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
What makes you think it has... maybe it has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed them?
Yes.
How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
A carnivorous stick insect? Seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Let me ask about something else.
Yes. What?
How did you become a cryptozoologist?
Just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
Have you ever discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
I just realized he sounds like Steve Irwin. So how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have been proven to be real?
Yes. The Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Hugo Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Alright, then the Insulindian plasmid will be the 3rd.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
The hair on your arms stand up. Electricity. Sounds like reeds hissing. He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
Wait. Thanks for explaining that. Now about something else. I'll get going. One in the boathouse today. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Oh no, it's another wall.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Visual calculus. Are there this many bullet holes?
Scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Even more bullet holes. Something has definitely happened to you.
The density and spread of these bullet holes is surprising. This takes a lot of bullets. Fully automatic rifle fire.
Why this many?
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them. A dozen at least. Their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side.
Well then.
Droplets of rain fall on the wooden planks, the surrounding sand dunes. The clouds block out any rays of light. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this?
The abundance of bullet holes leads to 2 options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
Look at the people against the wall.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background.
What about the soldiers?
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one?
Why are the soldiers using automatic rifles for this? Who is the person standing on the side?
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Who was who in this execution?
I'm just a representation of your mental faculties, piecing together any available information. You should probably ask the lieutenant.
Thank you, Visual Calculus.
Cold
Goodbye.
sea wind blows away the figures.
Entrée interdite. Forbidden entry. Well, if I ever need to logic my way out of something, I have a lot of logic at my disposal. This section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Hi.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees me approaching and smiles.
You, officer, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinaise? I was just telling my son about this building. Not many people appreciate the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Alright, you were talking about the building. Go on.
Very important. Mikhail, say hi to the officer.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulders. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worn team's coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to shield himself from the pattering rain. All three of you turn to admire the mural before.
What a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Let's look at the building.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Felt Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinaise, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZUM haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You think that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A wheel!
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
I mean, yeah, it's a child. Tape computers, right.
Tape computers.
What did these revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant. Exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
I was kind of listening to that, and it's like, it vaguely sounds like something a Dutchman would make up for their child.
What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, Paul Ockerman, Keith and Guy Joost? What are you talking about? By the way, you pronounce that as Joost.
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Is your dad making this all up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionary setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Wait, the felt playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the felt playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Experience is the French for experiment. Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
I wanted to ask something else.
But of course, what else?
Great, thank you for all the interesting information.
Thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain? If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Alright, magnesium-based life form.
Magnesium-based life form. We tell them, hell no. You're about to become a magnesium-based life form. The age of the primitive carbon man is done. No longer must mankind rely on slow-working background radiation to take us further into our genetic destiny. This is the era of guided evolution, and magnesium is the key. You are the first of your species. The next step in human evolution. An advanced magnesium proto-man who mags it up, drinks it down, and sniffs it sideways.
Alright. Unlock this. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. Another power box. Charges nothing now, it's empty. Fence blocks the path. Alright, what's up with this poster?
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Ah, yes. Their famous motto. A fine example of technological optimism from...
Alright, thank you. How the fuck are you even supposed to try and get up there? Same address to the programmer of Fortress Axidon was looking for. She's still here. Hey Vay, how are you?
Yes, what is it?
Yeah, about that 2mm hole again.
The swallow, you mean? What about it?
Nothing much apparently.
Thanks.
I was gonna try and give her the damn thing, but guess not. I'm guessing I could have progressed that if I had upped my pain threshold. Oh well. Very sleepy. Well, I'm sorry for waking you then. What else do I need to do? I kind of... Fuck it. Let's talk to her. She's not gonna agree, but maybe we can offer to solve the swallow for her. and then she can leave.
Yes, what is it?
How do you feel about the Nordic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right, but how do you feel about a club for a Nordic dance music?
It's about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
I mean, it's obviously a drug then, but I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for Nordic dance music. They said it's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Right, I'll let you work in peace. I also don't really see how this is relevant to the case at all.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Goodbye, officer.
Let's put on all my logic things. Of which there are actually quite a few.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Maybe everything isn't quite as I've been told. Let's take a moment to analyze.
A lot of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. But before I did that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective.
You still are.
Thank you for your kind words, but everyone in here sees I'm a disgrace to the uniform.
What happened?
I did. I happened to myself.
That's a real downer.
Now obviously, that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective in me left.
The young speed freak is silent.
This isn't the makings of a club, it's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where is his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
You have no headphones. Wouldn't a cell need her headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
I know you pawn them, likely for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
The nosophat is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine, almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
There's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
Come on, that's...
against the law.
I meant to say, not true.
So what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
You tell me what's really going on and we'll work from there. I can be lenient.
What do you mean by lenient?
We'll see. Now speak.
He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again. Then finally raises his hands.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal.
Because we are! We totally are!
We just got to turn it into a speed lab first.
You know, to get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
Let's do this clean. No lab, just a club for Nordic music.
I knew it. It's impossible now.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for Nordic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
What's that about a fish?
There needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time. We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
This will be nothing. You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind. A grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Giraud and all the houses on Main Road. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa La Bosse.
Wait, does anyone feel that?
What?
Nothing. Let's call this incident crime prevention. But I have my eye on you.
Okay. We'll try to do it without the drugs. We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but. I swear to God. Okay, Egg?
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
About the church. I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crap man.
Oh, man. Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
There's something sinister going on under the building's roof. I think he's getting high or something. Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he going to be a problem? Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we going to do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Suna, the formerly programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared. She did not like the Anodic Dance Club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Anodic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Hello again.
Hello, SL. Let's try and pick up the tape recorder.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
Actually, that's it for now. Alright, now can I try and help Suna? Because this silence thing is actually, kind of interesting.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
Hold on, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work. Yes, what is it?
Suggestion. I don't have a whole lot of suggestion, but I believe I have something. Unless, of course, I just don't. I like how I sort of sorted these and then still got I need to go over everything.
Yes, what is it?
Let's try and convince her to cooperate with the Ravers.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
Alright. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
You mean this thing?
No. That's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
By your old workspace, do you mean the studio of the Fortress Saxidon, the Doom commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
And where exactly is the offsite copy?
There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. It's there. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. It's hideous.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
I found a note from the Ice Bear fridge. It said that the offsite copy had been moved to a safer place.
Wait, a note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said the offsite copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Sulislav.
Zariza. Of course. Our project lead, Sulisław Zariza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. That feature creep and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
I found the ice cream maker, but couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
Alright. I'll go look for the offsite copy.
Thanks. And here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
She seeks for a moment and reaches behind the radio computer and hands what looks like an oversized pry bar.
The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is pry bar version 2.0 for professionals like you.
What the hell? This is an advanced pry bar. A pry bar plus 2, if you will, built by Qualsund Advanced. The number of gadgets hidden within the frame of the yellow and grey multi-tool will stagger any technician. I see. I'm being told to equip it. That's a yellow slab. It is indeed JRPG sized. I also don't entirely understand how this thing is a pry bar. Screw between the thighs of a 3-page girl. L'origine du disque. Of a page 3 girl. Interesting reference for a seemingly French studio to make. Now you have been off for a while.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Alright, physical instruments. I know this tank top. Is that the only thing? No, there's also the man from Hjelmal. And yes, I bought the shirt.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Crack open the lid.
Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzund multi-tool, but your fingers slip away from the tool. The lid shutters tightly as before, and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger.
Right, plug the bed back in.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box.
I mean, it is my one of my weaker stats, Phelan. Let's plug in the giant red
Somewhere
cable.
in the dark, a giant electrical mammal. The bear's eyes are still.
Right, so what's next? Help soon over the project. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that interested in solving the egghead puzzle. Choice Monsieur. You know what? Why not? Let's put a point in Esprit de Corps. I feel like that's an important one to actually have. And once Kim's back, we can start talking to the Union man.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Let's try to figure this dude out.
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform.
Animal control uniform?
The police of animals, yes.
That doesn't sound right. I don't want to say it.
Of course, you don't have to. You can talk about anything you want.
I mean, this dude's obviously here for my badge. Lena!
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
I ran into your husband on the coast.
Goodness. How is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet?
He's fine, ma'am. As I had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the waterlock on the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work.
Yes, that's my Morel. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long. But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease, if even a little.
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging bodies fail. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her. Now maybe she'll open up about those fascinating cryptids. Take her mind off all this.
Maybe you could convince her to tell me about some cool cryptids.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Elena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
Is there a cryptid on this pen you gave me?
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
War story?
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
Wow, with its saliva?
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight.
And there was something about an undiscovered subspecies of man.
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
You mean... I think there's a name for that. It's called racism.
I didn't mean to imply that Saolites are in any way inferior to us. In some ways, they are superior. Every species has its advantages and disadvantages. The kind green ape, too, is in some ways superior to us. Such kindness as it is demonstrated is not common among humans. Granted, kindness may not be an evolutionary advantage.
Are there any invisible cryptids?
What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Like?
The Col de Mamadaqua, or Thin Whisper of Sound. And that's precisely what it seems to be. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. It's very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Col de Mamadaqua can also be translated as a whisper light and low.
A whisper light and low.
Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Although the low part is a little ironic. The Col de Mamadaqua makes, or rather is, such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere, all of the time, and we wouldn't know.
But how can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves, but there's no evidence to support this theory.
Could it be here, right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives, and nights.
Why is the Mamadaqua so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadaqquas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
Psst. They cancel each other out.
They cancel each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
I mean, presumably they would wipe out half and make the other half twice as strong.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Koltamama-Dakwa population anywhere.
What evidence is there of this animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of Areopagi ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
Songbirds.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls. They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Koltamama-Dakwa, after the Paracanasian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them?
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mama-Dakwa they followed individually.
Interesting. What about...
What about what?
This has been educational. Sadly, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
That's all for now, ma'am.
Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone hates them. Even they hate themselves. It's nauseating. An industry built on sprezzatura and sparkling wine. And, let's be honest, tax evasion schemes. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is the heart of this unholy symbiosis of aesthetics and tax optimization. And now that you've internalized it, you can have a piece too.
Alright. I kind of want to throw that out, but I guess I should do that after I fail a check. Alright, let's talk to Madame Monsieur. At least I assume it's Madame. Also, Mr. Wall.
Paintbrush, check. Heavy fuel oil, check. Now the only thing left to do is paint the wall. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
I'm kind of drawn to no parking just because it's opposite of fucking stairs, so that would be kind of absurdist. Mother of all walls, what shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? A pictogram of a human being. So in other words, a stick figure. You know what, I'm gonna do no parking. No parking.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Why is it she an arrow? The absurdism probably isn't intended, but...
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Well, I wanted to give her the paintbrush back, but I guess not. We're gonna have to debrief Kim on a couple of things, aren't we? In any case, Mademoiselle Messier. I have like 4 skill points I'm not using.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I've got some more questions about reality.
Lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is... Take off something close to me.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
I want to know what you are. Actually, that's all for
Glad
now.
to have been of assistance.
Thank you, that's all for now.
Anything else?
Let's return to our base of operations.
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge?
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Guess I'll have to take my chances.
Guess so. Just be careful out there. One false step could cost you dearly.
Alright. I'm not sure why that's the first time that fucking triggers, but...
On the table, you see a bowl of water. An old mirror hangs.
Let's read the children's book, shall we? A primer for small kids.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, A Primer for Small Kids. There's a bear involved.
Exactly what I need.
This book will show you the score. Get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life.
On what?
The alphabet.
Flip through the pages.
Every page has one word designating one letter of the alphabet with a faded illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows.
Let's do this.
A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas. C is for cosine. D is for diamite. E is for ellipse. F is for phlogiston. G is for gamut.
I'm pretty sure you spell phlogiston with a P. With a PH. Also, what the hell?
H is for homeboy. I is for econ. J is for Eura. K is for collapse. L is for laudanum. M is for myriad. N is for nadir. O is for aureole. P is for perihelion.
This is a very strange children's book. And also, I feel like some of these are being deliberately misspelled. Yeah!
Q is for quasar. R is for rhododendron. S is for sinus. T is for tricolor. U is for ultra. V is for vector. W is for varheit. X is for xylophone. Y is for ustava. Z is for zenith.
Where did I find the primer book? I think it was outside the school, but I'm not sure. That's it?
That's it. You know the alphabet now.
In what is called the IL, the international language, developed by the scientists from Grad in the 20s. Sinus means sign, for example. Alright. Not sure how that helped. That was fucking weird. Gotta be honest, I think my best course of action is to just end the day.
The bed is comforting, if a bit.
Unfortunately, it's not that time yet. I'm guessing I'm not gonna learn anything more from you, am I?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Nice sword. Does it come with a story?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why do you need intimidation tactics?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
So where are all the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Where's your husband now?
Gone.
Gone where?
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Oh.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
Time really is best cure for sorrow, isn't it?
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
No electrochemistry, no thank you. So I take it that's your skiff.
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can help?
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
Apparently I'm not looking for someone. Probably because I already found the cryptozoologist.
How can I assist you then, officer?
I'm not gonna brag about my fucking motor carrier, Jesus Christ.
Tequila Sunset.
The extremely drunk man and the man that sells alcohol. But yeah, I think that primer was in this sign for some reason. I'm gonna go to Fritter real quick. dump my daily load of tar.
The tear machine stands in. Your bottles clunk.
So I sent the Greaves to processing, so that's not coming back. I have the I have the gloves and the cuirass. So what I'm missing is the helmet.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
Let's twiddle my thumbs.
The twiddling barely keeps your hands.
I'm guessing the two petanque players don't have anything interesting to say, but let's just check.
Officer, God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
Thank you for your time.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
Bye for now.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Enter the shack. I can't do anything if I interact with this.
Found in the trash.
Can I?
Cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
What happens if I slide the hidden drawer?
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. Inside, you see two ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Let's close it again.
It's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to breathe once you've done so. The drawer is locked.
Let's not deal with that at the moment. Alright, good night.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Go to fuck your sleep.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Alright, let's go talk through the mean parts of my head.
Baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on ferrotape.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes.
the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colors, the voices.
All stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harristar, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
We're making progress. Measured, steady progress.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
So little love can break your heart.
Let's feel the pillow.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the wind. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Okay. It's nice to hear the personality court actually helping me.
Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now.
What is it?
It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next? Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
Wait, I thought things were going pretty well.
Oh, sure. You've been making progress on your case, interviewing people, solving side tasks. But who's focusing on the big questions?
What am I supposed to do?
You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
What exactly is la responsabilité?
The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios.
I thought I was assigning responsibility for the murder.
Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La Responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues. The Human Welfare Index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy.
Alright, give it to me. I'll accept responsibility.
Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize La Responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee.
Do we really have time for all of this?
There's always time to follow best practices. Once someone's decided to cut corners for the sake of expediency, who knows what else they're capable of? Swift, decisive action. A little self-dealing.
And who should sit on this committee?
Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez. Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has La Responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves.
And what happens when once we've assigned the responsibility?
Most likely, your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors. Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels.
You know what? This sounds like a track.
This is a grave abdication of La Responsabilité. A note will be appended to your personnel file.
Hello, Kim. Why are you here?
Yes?
He's just outside my door at half to 8. Bit weird. Alright, Mr. Kitsuragi. My badge.
Police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Rank LTN 2JFR.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is a Lieutenant W. Freighter?
A lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus your W. Freighter.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
What's a décomptage?
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kinks.
What kinks?
Kinks like satellite officers and the additional freighter rank I already explained.
So, wait, satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
Thanks for mentioning all this.
My pleasure.
Turn back to the document.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads...
Serial. REF 126205 Cham 41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Date of issue, 7th of November 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
Precinct 41.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiayeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain.
That is a very interesting way of hearing the name Dimitri, or seeing that written.
He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. The badge in your hand
You know what? Just because of reasons, I'm actually gonna put a point in reaction speed. Maybe also put on an actual goddamn shirt. Alright, we'll go look at the corpse in a little bit. I want to see if the and yes, no political quest for me. I'm honestly not that interested. The fuck do you two want?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
I mean, yes, that is how an exhaustive list works.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
No, I really don't.
The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmatine, or the Besmati, the Immortals, are West Rivisholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Ah, this sounds like epistemology. A field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
I know that you don't know shit.
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
It's not. A man is dead and we need answers.
What do you think we know?
Do you know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
I see you kids are into another dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
Why?
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
I just wanted to talk about music, and now there's a conflict all of a sudden. It's too much.
That's right. You should back off and let silence rule supreme.
This is ridiculous. Boys, do you know why the gang is called Skulls?
Yeah. The skull symbolizes the embrace of death and nothingness, present in all of us. The vehicle of our future operations. Death and nothingness.
They're called Skulls because when you are shot dead in the middle of the street, the skull is the only part the stray dogs want to eat.
Just trust me and follow my lead.
So boys, wanna feed the dogs?
No reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing his gaze on anything. He looks very uncomfortable. The other one shuffles uncomfortably, nevertheless continuing to steal glances at the lieutenant's motor carriage.
Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the Skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Aren't there more Skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Enough about the scullery then. What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have that word written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
What?
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
I swear to God, the encyclopedia is just good. Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
Blow it up!
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Well, that's an interesting time to have a raid come in. Hi, Jen. Welcome in.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
Good time of day, Jen.
Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops?
Hey, Kim.
Yes?
What do you think about the jackets?
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
Could we have the game a little louder? Sure, can do that. How about now? Sure, the jackets are scaring you. That's cool.
What are you implying?
I didn't really want to go down this line. Yes, Jen, time of day. I get it. Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Nothing.
You wanted to know which jacket I'd wear, right? Neither. I'd wear neither.
Come on, Kim, it's just a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
Need me closer to the mic. How about now? Hang on, let's not get into unnatural poses. How about now? Is this okay? That works. I feel more like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
Which you haven't actually seen.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
So are we done here? Or... you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Well, thank you for informing me, Jen. I don't know how to judge these things for myself. Well, talking with you has definitely been something. Weirdos. Alright, let's phone in that we found a badge.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Elise, please connect me to the 41st again.
Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
I appreciate it, Jen. Also, Twitch, you can stop telling me that Jen's a raider now. Thank you. I'm happy to report that I have found my badge, Jewel.
10-4, sir. Glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
10-10. Over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
That is actually kind of annoying, Twitch. I get doing it once, but not 9 times in a row. But yeah, I appreciate you looking out for that kind of stuff, Jen. How was your stream?
Again? I can't believe it.
Alright, you wanna be annoying? Be annoying. You!
I've got nothing to say to you.
Sir, we have some things to
Looks
discuss.
like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
It was good, periods of talking and periods of quiet as it goes, but I got a lot of progress done on North Piece and tight outlines of our character components there. Well, that's good. I told you already. I want to talk about the hanging again.
Again. Just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a hardy boy without arresting all hardy boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
It's the 8th Hardy Boy, the one who's missing, the big dick.
Titus, no one was thinking
that there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it. Titus won't let him.
No, no, no. Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it. Right. Fucking here.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
You murdered them just like that? No remorse?
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
What we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
The lieutenant goes in for the leg sweep. Titus does not see it coming.
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out?
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool.
I'm just generating money out of thin air by talking to people.
He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Where did all this action take place?
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man, weren't you listening?
There's something you're not telling me.
And fuck you too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Right, I have other questions.
Like what, Copper?
How does the bullet in his head factor into this?
Huh?
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
Interesting, sire. It's as if he's lying to protect someone. He's not very good at it.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination.
Why don't I just arrest you?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer, while the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve. There's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
Alright, let's just talk.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
No more questions?
About fucking time.
I found someone who saw the hanging. A witness.
A witness? You ain't got shit. The locals would never come to you with this.
That's just cop tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already rolled on the others, and is in witness protection.
My witness isn't a local.
Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella?
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised. This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his name.
Who he is irrelevant.
It's like you said, Al. Copper's coming up with this on the spot. There is no witness.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
The witness said the hanging went down very quietly. No shouting, no commotion.
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band. The Hardy Boys are dead silent.
Yeah, it's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets. What's with the cowbells, policeman?
They're avoiding having to answer this question.
I'd imagined you guys drinking and singing lynching songs. What's with the funeral silence?
We were drinking, weren't we, guys? I hit the bottle hard. I was drunk as fuck.
Right, I'm convinced, Glenn. Nothing off here. Just a regular hanging.
Witness said he saw two people of Aeropagite descent and one mask.
Aeropagite? Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there too. I already told you. We were all there.
Witness said it all looked like a surreal plague.
That means absolutely nothing to me. Sounds like some made-up horse shit.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing on our minds, you see?
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know shit.
I know you are lying, Shanky.
Actually nothing.
Great witness.
So much bluster to hide the fact that they're uncomfortable with you having this info.
Still haven't explained the bullet I found in the hangman's head.
You still on about that bullet? A bullet in a hangman's head. You're right, Copper. That is mighty curious.
Indeed, mighty. How did it get there?
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
I'm gonna ask you again, why was this in the victim's head?
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique.
Did you guys shoot him?
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays sober.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
Don't worry, we will figure this out sooner or later.
Never been worried in my life, Lawman.
It's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there, somewhere.
I told you already. Spoke to Ivrar and he said you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, Lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Very mature, guys. Ivrar sent word, right?
Yeah, I heard him. Now fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, Capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys. Hardy boys. How may we assist you?
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Kim?
Yes?
Tell me about the case again.
What do you want to know?
Can we go over the preliminary info again?
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again?
No, I'll wing it.
There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
That's all I need for now.
Good.
Thank you, Kim. Let's go talk to Miss Smith. Wonder if there's a dialogue option now that...
Yes?
Guess not. I'm not talking to Kim about the pail. He seemed really interested in not talking about it, so let's respect that boundary if nothing else.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Hey, about my missing badge.
I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol.
You'll never guess what I found. It's my badge.
Did you? Wonderful.
Quickly, methodically, like an electric printing machine,
It is a relief to see a W freighter here. The situation is precarious, to say the least. It needs a quick solution, or we will have a bloodbath on our hands.
You said contain the situation.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
Tell me again, how are the lynching and the strike connected?
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
I have to say, this is not disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Seraï's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing?
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Where are the remaining 2 mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
We still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Where are these mercenaries?
One is obviously the scab leader, at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
One must be the good and ill-fitting Worf clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
Well, another question.
I hope I can answer it better.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
What can you tell me about Cornell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company, tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Can we maybe inform them that the man has been shot? This seems like it would alter the dynamics a bit. This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name was...
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
This Lely. Anything else? Nationality? How old would you say he was?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once. If you mean did I...
His name was... Tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, then. Anything else?
He was 40.
Indeed.
In a way, it was humanizing. I am
That's enough
sorry
for
to
now.
have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now, can you tell me about these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute, in silence.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured, like those of a working woman.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Observe her expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like vias on a microcircuit?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
You're right, not a good idea.
I am relieved you think so. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Thank you, that's all for now. Now, Kim, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, a second corpse has, hit the floor. So we're going to go on a bit of a jog and figure out what its deal is. Also, Kim, I think you left your engine on. Hi. Have you
Listen
Josh
to
to
it.
tell me? Guess not.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Hold on.
The lieutenant leans over the corpse and examines his face. Two glassy eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Looks like he's been dead for a while. I'm surprised no one found him before you came along.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple for now.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with it?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
You're right, I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
We found him. We should finish this.
Alright. We've already examined the library card. Let's call the Jamrock Library from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about this Billy Méjean. And while we're there, we should also call the station. Let them know that we are taking the case.
Let's make some calls. That is a wrong turn.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Valent, it never hurts to just say something. Also, I thought you were the one who told me to turn down my desktop audio. Let's pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, It seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
Oh. I mean, Limbus Company was kind of loud. I guess I never realized that audio from this was not that loud. I'm guessing one of its names is Crenel.
Yes. That is the most recent name the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP. And the one before it was Downwell. I also have one called Sediment, but I think that might be a different contractor. No, they work called Sediment. And somatosensor, it seems. All that during the last 9 years.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Yes, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armor this was.
Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against a metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Méjean.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Connect me to the Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Alright.
I should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
Right, what else? I guess we should flip through the library card again.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Méjean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Hang on, those business hours don't match. Alright, Super Crowbar, go!
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
How long does it take for this goddamn thing to defrost?
This orange machine.
Didn't think that was gonna work, but what happens if I dual wield pry bars?
This orange machine is dead.
I didn't think that would work, but I would also feel stupid if that is a solution and I didn't try it.
The worn and
We can sit on bench.
Why do you have to be such a hard ass on that, Kim? So we have no idea who the murderer is. Yeah, let's investigate the bullet. Let's interact with the bullet while Kim's here, and maybe I can talk to him about it.
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp.
I think I know where this came from.
Okay. And?
The shot probably came from a Bell McGrath rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachon, really.
That's probably a good thing.
I have to hand it to the monarchs. It's quite admirable that they took the advice of criminologists last century and banned the use of breech loaders in peacetime. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
Makes you consider every shot. I like it.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation.
Seems we're looking for an antiques enthusiast.
Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding the gun itself.
I mean, that is an interesting detail. Let's see, measure at, no thank you. Or the door doesn't need to be forced. Don't need to force the trash container either. I'm not going to try that. Let's travel to the church real quick. Hey, Valent, if the super destroyer railguns can be muzzle loaders, muzzle loaders, then so can pistols. Also, the tech level in this game is weird. Like, for some reason, they don't have real computers, but they do have cloud computing, which...
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10 meters from them. A single person stands on the sideline.
Kim, who was who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Feld?
What if it was the Feld personnel who, when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
You mentioned coalition forces. Could it have been them against the wall?
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Who keeps leaving their tar in crates and pallets? Like, I understand that you need to leave it somewhere, but why do you keep hiding it in pallets? That's weird. At that point, just litter. Not like the landscape can get much worse. Also, I'm kind of sad that you don't get a moment to debrief Kim.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
Well, no, I mean specifically the fact that he was gone for the day and you don't get to talk to him about what you did during that day.
Used to...
I don't understand how you're supposed to be able to get up here. But I'm guessing that's something to do with skills I haven't trained. Hey, 20 real is a lot of money, and if we can get to 200...
There's some tech too, and no, there's more.
A tragedy.
The thing is, if I can save up 200 real together, somehow, despite being kind of annoying about money, I can buy those freaking spinners back. I'm guessing he's gonna want more than 200, but... Then there's this bunker. You know what, I'm gonna use the map. Let's see if Cindy has anything to tell us. Probably not, but who knows. Remember guys, no parking on the staircase. I don't know why you would park on the staircase, but... Hey, a book. Cool, let's read that then. Thank you, Jen. I've developed this reflex where when I open my mouth I hit the push to talk. Which is a little bit awkward.
In your hands you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekatina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments, above which span a black and white rainbow.
Feels heavy.
Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead.
How long is this book anyway?
You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long.
That's a couple of hours of a read.
Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading.
Look at the back cover.
The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author.
What does she look like?
She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
Start reading.
In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugoslavia riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugoslavia riots took place from 27 to 29. Fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics, these events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugoslavia Spring. Like all such periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes.
What happens next, aside from this being Romeo and Juliet?
It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
No, I won't subject myself to Crowdian realism, not now.
You've made the right life choices today, sir.
Put the book away. I just wanted to burn some time, not a whole fucking day.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Let's pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to the public library, please.
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
I'm looking for any information that you can provide me on Billy Méjean, a reader.
Billy Méjean, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Méjean's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments, it says. That's all.
Huh.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Do you have any other information on Billy Méjean?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Méjean? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay, if it was the police, she's...
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
So Billy Méjean is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know that it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looks like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you, that's all for me. I have no other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Well, that did not help.
Anything else you need from me?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
Well, that didn't help.
Yes?
That was supremely unhelpful. Can I talk about my dubious colleagues here?
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Well, let's deal with that next time. It's late enough. It's been a while. I'm at my limit somewhat. And this seems like a good low point to stop. Let's see who is around to raid. Audience playing Dune Awakening. He's been doing that for a while. Let's just say hi to Zan. While we still got the chance. If you're a regular here, you know who Zan is. If not, Zan's a pretty cool person. She does Final Fantasy. Go have fun with her. I would like to thank everyone who came and kept me. Let me try that again. I would like to thank everyone who came and watched me today. I would like to thank Phelan and Janjan_ for keeping me company today. Have fun with Zan. Have a good night. And as always, don't be a stranger, because that's my job. I'll see you next time. Good night.